The avoidance of suffering is a form of suffering. The avoidance of struggle is a struggle. The denial of failure is a failure. And hiding what is shameful is itself a form of shame. You might be thinking from the title, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, that the book proposes being indifferent and not caring about anything. But you're wrong. Not giving a fuck does not mean being indifferent. It means being comfortable with being different. To not give a fuck about adversity, you must first give a fuck about something more important than adversity. Whether I realize it or not, you are always choosing what to give a fuck about. This book is not some guide to greatness, because greatness is merely an illusion in our minds, a made-up destination that we obligate ourselves to pursue. Instead, this book will turn your pain into a tool, your trauma into power, and your problems into slightly better problems. That is real progress. You want to know more? Keep on watching. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel, a place that inspires you and I to be better versions of ourselves through animated book summaries like this one, tips, information, and through my personal experience. My name is Onyinye Ojike, and in today's video I'm sharing the top lessons I have learned from the book The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. I hope it opens your mind the way it opened mine. I really enjoyed reading this book, the humor and everything. Lesson number 1. Life has both good and bad moments. Embrace them. In life, there will always be bad things that will happen. So the desire to always have good moments in your life is very unrealistic and unhealthy. You know why? Because bad experiences are inevitable. But because of your own desire to always have good experiences, when you eventually have a bad experience, you feel bad about it because that's not what you have desired. And then you feel even worse about the fact that you feel bad about the bad experience. And it goes on and on, resulting to more bad emotions. So the desire for more positive experience is itself a negative experience. And paradoxically, the acceptance of one's negative experience is itself a positive experience. Because when you accept and acknowledge that life is full of good and bad, when you eventually have a bad experience, you'll open your arms and embrace it. That attitude in itself is a good one, because you know it's part of life and it will pass on for a better experience. Number 2. Happiness comes from solving problems. Life is essentially an endless series of problems. The solution to one problem is merely the creation of the next one. For instance, the problem of gaining weight is solved by going to the gym and watching what you eat. But going to the gym creates another problem of sweat, pain, and dedication. But for some reason, you enjoy going to the gym, you enjoy solving that problem that comes with going to the gym. So true happiness occurs only when you find the problems you enjoy having and enjoy solving. Instead of asking, what do I want out of life? Ask, what pain do I want in my life? What am I willing to struggle for? Number 3. Values. Values are important because they determine the nature of our problems, and the nature of our problems determine the quality of our lives. If you want to change how you see your problems, you have to change what you value and how you measure failure or success. We are going to talk about shitty values, because shitty values equals shitty problems equals shitty life. Some examples of shitty values are pleasure. Pleasure is great, but it's a horrible value to prioritize your life around. Pleasure is not the cause of happiness. Rather, it is the effect, the byproduct that naturally occurs from healthier values. Material success. Research shows that once one is able to provide for basic physical needs like food, shelter, and so on, the correlation between happiness and worldly success quickly approaches zero. So if one has no food, roof over his head, or clothes, yes, money can make him or her happy. But if you already have the basic needs of life, extra money will have little to nothing to do with your happiness. Therefore, prioritizing material success isn't a healthy value to hold on to and cannot make you happy. Always being right. The fact is, people who base their self-worth on being right about everything prevent themselves from learning from their mistakes. They lack the ability to take on new perspective and empathize with others. They close themselves off to new and important information. This value prevents growth, and it's not a healthy one to hold on to. Staying positive. Things go wrong, people upset us, accidents happen. These things make us feel like shit, and that's fine. Negative emotions are a necessary component of emotional health. To deny that negativity is to perpetuate problems rather than solve them. So avoid trying to be positive all the time. I feel attacked right now. This point is really talking to me. We've talked about shitty values. Let's now talk about better values. Mark Manson proposed 5 values that he thinks are the most beneficial values one can adopt. I'm going to list them first and then explain them one after the other. They are as follows. 1. The radical form of responsibility. 2. Uncertainty, which is the acknowledgement of your own ignorance and the cultivation of constant doubts in your own beliefs. 3. Failure, which is the willingness to discover your own flaws and mistakes so that they may be improved upon. 4. Rejection, which is the ability to both say and hear no, thus clearly defining what you will and will not accept in your life. And 5. The contemplation of one's own mortality, that is death.